Back in the 1700s, when Wentworth Woodhouse was being built, horses were some of the ultimate status symbols. They were the sports car of their time. The Watson-Wentworth family owned a lot of horses. They kept hundreds of workhorses in the stables. But there was one very special horse that didn't even stay in the stables and was treated like animal royalty, a racehorse called Whistlejacket. They loved this horse so much that they commissioned a painting of him by the famous artist George Stubbs.
To better understand the painting, we must first understand the painter. What most people know about George Stubbs is that he was born in 1724 in Liverpool to a leatherworker. He is best known for his painting of a famous racehorse called Whistlejacket, but his fascination with this creature ran much deeper, down to the bone.
Between 1745 and 1753, while working as a portrait painter, Stubbs studied human anatomy under a surgeon at York County Hospital called Charles Atkinson. Anatomy is the science around the bodily structures of living organisms and how they all work together throughout the body to keep an organism alive. If he could understand exactly how the body looked on the inside, Stubbs could paint it even better from the outside.
However, like we said, he studied all this under a surgeon. And what do surgeons do best?
By 1756, human anatomy had become a bit mundane for our artist, so he stepped it up. He and his partner, Mary Spencer, rented a farmhouse in Lincolnshire and spent the next 18 months dissecting horses. During those 18 months, he learned how their very muscles and skeletons moved. This knowledge gave him fantastic insight and drove him to divulge his own research, titled The Anatomy of the Horse, originally published in 1766. No wonder his artwork was so realistic. He had a very close view. I bet they didn't include that in your textbooks.
Stubbs became a well-known name in the art world, and his dedication to the craft brought him plenty of rewards. His drawings were recognised as more accurate than any other equine artist at the time, and commissions from wealthy aristocrats came flying in. This is how Charles Watson Wentworth, do you recognise that name, came to meet Stubbs in 1762. He commissioned Stubbs to paint a series of portraits of his horses, one of whom was Whistlejacket. Wentworth House, as it was known back then, had recently been rebuilt, and there were empty walls that needed filling. Imagine having a house so big you could commission a nearly 3-metre tall painting for a spare room. That's as tall as 3 average-sized children standing on each other's shoulders. Don't try this at home, kids. You may be wondering, why are some paintings so big? Well, to put it simply, the bigger the painting, the more impressive it was. And that is what the occupants at Wentworth at the time strived for. The scale of an art piece makes a statement, and it demands attention as soon as you walk into the room. Think about it. What do you remember most about the Whistlejacket room here at Wentworth? The curtains? The woodwork? I'm guessing it was neither of them. In those days, paintings like these weren't merely decoration. They showed your appreciation for art and your unique personal taste.
So, who was this Whistlejacket? Well, he was a superstar. A thoroughbred Arabian racehorse foaled in a castle in Northumberland in 1749 to Sir William Middleton, rode by Frank Buckle. Most horses of this time were destined to be workhorses, either on the farmlands, the coal mines, or used as a mode of transportation. But not our star Whistlejacket. Between being pampered by his personal groom, Mr. Simon Cobb, and winning all but 4 of his races between 1752 and 1759, he was truly a rare breed.
Now, why was horse racing so popular? The sport of horse racing can be traced back to the Greek Olympic Games in 700 BC. After this, the sport spread to neighbouring countries, eventually finding its way to the UK in the 12th century, after English knights returned from the Crusades with horses. It quickly gained popularity primarily for 2 reasons. The first, atmosphere at the races was unlike any other sport at the time. The sense of community filled the air, like a modern-day Formula 1 event. The second reason was betting. Spectators would place bets on their favourite horse, and this kind of competition piqued the interest of many.
So, where is the famous Whistlejacket painting now, you might ask? You might say it's right behind you. It may shock you to learn that the Whistlejacket painting here at Wentworth is only a copy of the original painting. After World War II, the family left Wentworth Woodhouse, and the painting was loaned to Kenwood House, then the Tate Gallery, and in 1997 it was bought by the National Gallery in London, where it now proudly resides in room 34.
We hope you enjoyed learning the dark hoof about Whistlejacket.
Be sure to check out other videos on our channel to learn more about Wentworth Woodhouse.